Hello YouTube, this is NJ Fullwater 5 and today I'm going to build a triangle battery. In this video I'm probably just going to show from start to finish the build. I'm going to save the blue shrink wrap, the BMS, and the active balancer for the next video. I'm trying to keep these videos rather short. These batteries I got from Power to Spare. They're medical pack batteries and I couldn't have asked for much better. They're probably at about 105% capacity, maybe even higher. He got lower numbers than I got with my Opus, but yeah, he was showing, most of these were showing at 3300 plus, and I was getting 3500. You guys should head over there and see what he's got, because his batteries do not last long and he puts a lot into them. He does not mess around when he checks these things. I mean, if he gets any that are over 40C, he bends them. He don't even mess around with them. If he gets anything that's under voltage, he bends them. He doesn't even mess around with them. And he tests them 2 or 3 times. He makes sure the capacity is correct, and he makes sure there's no heaters. All of his batteries are from medical packs, and I believe they're currently dated. I'll have the dates in the description or in this video a little bit later on. I'm going to leave his link in the description. And from what I hear, once he gets batteries in stock, they don't last long. He runs right through them. People purchase them left and right. So, you know, head on over there. He'll save you countless hours of testing, countless hours of tossing batteries that, you know, I don't know if you guys are like me, but whenever I test laptop batteries, my return could be 40%, 20%, no percent. Sometimes I get lucky and the whole battery pack's good. Let's go ahead and build this battery, but first here's a little bit of information on Power to Spare. All of his 18650 cells are recovered from high-grade medical packs manufactured between 2015 and 2019. Each box of the 3000 milliamps have genuine NCR 18650As or NCR 18650BF and are capacity tested twice for verification and quality control. Each allotment sits for over a week and the voltage is rechecked prior to packaging. A random sample is taken from each and capacity checked prior to packaging. His testing equipment, all of their electrical equipment and cells are capacity tested and charged with 100% clean green solar power. His whole shop runs on solar energy. It's freaking nuts. Out of the pack voltage is 3.4 to 4.05. Discharge testing conducted on Opus BTC 3100 V2 units at 1000 milliamps and onboard setting of 4.2. His recharge is conducted via charging stations at 1000 milliamps using TP4056 chips. Cells are monitored during charging and discharging to prevent overheating. Each cell has been tested, the capacity written on it. And from talking to him, I think he said that he does not like cells that even get above 40C. If a cell fails any of their tests, we don't try and save it, we bin it. Cell reclaiming. We go processing each cell and remove the spot welds the best they can and clean as much of the special caulking that is used in the medical packs. The caulking used in packs are quite sticky, and sometimes during the process of removing the cells, the caulking can damage the sleeves. Therefore, he includes 100 dark blue sleeves with each purchase, free of charge, so that you may have a uniform look to your build. We also include 2 additional free cells as a just-in-the-case protection, so that if 1 or 2 of the cells in the lot fail, you have an instant replacement. And if none of the cells fail, then you have 2 extra cells to add to your build. His shipping, all of their cells are pre-packaged in custom double-walled boxes, and each cell in its own spacing protects from the other cells during transport and placed inside of a separate shipping container. Each box is clearly marked with a MAH rating range ordered, and the free 100 dark blue sleeves. 2 extra cells are affixed to the outside of the inner box. Each box is clearly marked with the MAH rating range ordered and the free 100 dark blue sleeves with the 2 extra cells that are affixed to the outside of the inner box. The owner, of course, is a DIY power builder and knows exactly what we're looking for during our builds. Good quality, reliable cells, and equipment that won't fail the first time you use it. we're selling you exactly the same cells he's using for his build. So if any of you guys know Terry, then you know that he posts pictures on his Facebook page, and I'll leave that down in the description. I'll also leave the link to his webpage down in the description if you guys want to get your hands on any of these cells. I wanted to make a jig that I could like kind of sit upside down and just set the batteries in there so that it kept it straight. And I remember that I had this, and it should be strong enough to hold them straight each time that I just long enough for me to, you know, glue them together. And the way I got to do it is, let me grab my paper. I have everything marked out. There's 12, 11, 12, 11, 11, blah, blah, blah. I went all the way down the line, and as I stacked them in here, I made sure just to go by however many they had in there, no matter what the configuration looks like right here. This is nothing. Once they're put in this order, they'll look more like the paper. So I was hoping to use a box like this, or I was going to make a jig and then just keep the batteries straight and then glue them up, and then after they're dry, flip them, glue them again, and then glue them to the second row, and just keep doing it until I get all the way to the end, you know, starting from the top, of course. And actually, you know, copying this, I tried to, when I made it, to do everything off the top. If you notice, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, all the way to the very end. This one actually goes high, and that's only because the bike I've got, it's got a weird, like, the bottom part of the triangle, it goes like this, sorta. I don't know how I'm gonna put the wood in there when I get to that part. I'm gonna have to get creative. So I guess I'm gonna start with the first row, and The only thing I think of doing is pulling them out one by one and sticking them in here. So I think I probably need to set up my area a little bit better first. Alright, YouTube, that was just a quick video on me building the triangle battery for my e-bike. I tried to make sure that every single cell had 2 points of contact. I didn't want just one cell sitting out there by itself, so if it was like far off and I couldn't put 2 points of contact, I doubled up the nickel strip. I also wanted to make sure that between the series I had at least 6 connecting nickel strips. I read online I could only find the amp rating on 7mm nickel strip, and they were saying that it's like a max of 7 amps per nickel strip and a good like 4 or 5 amps continuous. So I tried to make sure I had at least 6. 6 would give me, I mean, I'm never going to be running at full 30 amps, but this thing should never be ran over 30 amps actually. So I tried to make sure everything had at least 6 points of 6 nickel strips between series. Some of them I doubled up if I felt like, you know, it's only going to take a second. It was a pretty, I mean, the hardest part was trying to figure out how you were going to build it, and you'll see that in the video, of course. That probably took me the longest. I had to do a lot of setting up batteries and trying to figure out what would fit in my triangle, because I got the triangle on my bike is kind of strange. It's a mountain bike, so the triangle's small to begin with, and because it's small, the battery's kind of compact where you're gonna have to put it. Usually takes up a good 90% of the, you know, the triangle. I'd like to squeeze in my controller, but I'm not sure if that's possible yet. I'll know once I build the box. And I'm gonna be adding the BMS and an active balancer, and let me think. Of course, I'll be blue shrink wrapping it after I'm done too, and that'll be another video, probably part 5. And yeah, I mean, of course, one thing they never tell you, and this is caution, and I didn't realize it until I touched it myself, is when you start messing with higher voltages, I believe they said higher voltages than 30 volts, you run the risk of being shocked. And I blatantly didn't pay attention to that, and I was moving it around, trying to get, you know, trying to adjust it, and I was being cautious. I was putting, you know, tape on it as I was building the series, but I didn't think about it, and I put my palm on one of them, and it wasn't even the full, you know, 59 volts, and I put my palm on one of them, and it shocked the crap out of me. So when you guys build these, be careful. They can shock you, and from what I hear, people are telling me that when you get shocked by DC voltage, the voltage is non-forgiving. I guess they said that once you're holding it, it doesn't allow you to let go because your muscles contract. That I didn't get shocked like that, but I got shocked enough to tell me, hey, better be careful. So yeah, just little caution there. So I will see you guys in the next video. Please leave a comment down in the comment section. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I will check you guys in part 5 of my e-bike battery build.